Hi, I'm Ed,
I'm Barb.
and this is Carp Family Adventures. So today we're going to talk about our excursion in Bay of Islands, New Zealand. So that was our first stop in New Zealand. This is day 18, so Friday, February 7th. So I guess we'll just get started.
Sure, why not? Let's do it.
So we sailed into Bay of Islands, and I have a little video of us coming in. It's very nice. There are 144 islands, they said, in the bay. Some of them are really small, like really just rocks, I guess.
We saw a lot of them.
Yeah, we saw a lot of them sailing in and during our excursion. So the sun was coming up, or the sun came up as we were sailing in. We sailed in pretty slowly and then anchored in the bay itself. So this was a tender port. I think it's the only tender port we have. Is that right?
As far as I know, like with our particular, where we're going.
Yeah, for our part.
But maybe the rest, there's that are continue on, there's probably other tender ports.
Yeah. So we anchored in the bay and we went up to breakfast at the buffet.
Surprise, surprise. Just kidding.
And we saw another cruise ship was there.
Oh, that's right.
The Azamara Onward, which we looked up, and it used to be the Pacific Princess until I think 2021. So it wasn't the original Pacific Princess from the Love Boat.
Yeah, I didn't see Isaac over there. No, just kidding.
But from like the early 2000s to I think 2021, it was the Pacific Princess, and now it's one of Azamara's, I think, 4 ships. So that had anchored in there before we came.
Which was pretty cool to finally see another ship in port.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a port. I mean, we were all docked out, you know, tendering in.
Yeah. So yeah, we were anchored a little farther out in the harbor from them. And then what did we do? We went to the Wheelhouse Bar to meet for our excursion, and it was delayed a little bit.
I'm not sure why, but it didn't seem to bother us.
No, it might have been because of the other ship, because they had to arrange for all the tenders and stuff. But we waited in the Wheelhouse Bar for maybe half an hour before they called us, and then we went down to embark on the tender.
And I guess our group, we were the first ones off.
Yeah.
But our group was pretty large, so they had to do 2 tenders. So of course we waited and we got on the second one. And then the one we were on had some other people getting off the ship that weren't part of our group.
Yeah, and one good thing about our tender was it was a local tender, a local boat piloted by a local captain, and he had some jokes and stuff and was talking about Aussies and stuff, making jokes. But he was funny. So it took like 20 minutes, I think, to get from the ship to
took a little bit
to the Waitangi Wharf is where it was, and which is the birthplace of New Zealand, where they originally signed the treaty with the Maori tribal leaders, chiefs, I guess, and the British colonizers that created the nation in New Zealand. So we got to at least see the treaty grounds from the boat.
That was nice. Yeah. So, and I decided not to take my scooter onto the boat, because I just wasn't sure, and I figured at the end of the day we could always come back, get it, and then go back out. Well, it ended up there were a couple wheelchairs and another person with a scooter, which I'm glad it worked out for them. It was nice that they were able to do it, but I managed okay.
Yeah, it worked out okay for us too.
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired today. Today's been so anyways, continue on, Mr. Ed.
So we got on the catamaran. That was our boat. So our tour was called, Bay of Islands and Hole in the Rock.
Yeah, Hole in the Rock. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So it was sailing through the Bay of Islands on this big catamaran with, I think it had 3 decks really. The downstairs was completely enclosed. There was an upstairs area that was open, and then there was a 3rd deck up above that only fit a few people. But
and then I was kind of sad because, of course, then we got on last, so we didn't get up on top.
Yeah, we were hoping to get up on top.
Yeah, and I was going to make...
But
but it ended up being better that we stayed below, because they opened the front up. So I don't know if you got video of how it was to go in and out of the front.
No,
I
don't think
managed.
so, but yeah, it was a
I only did it once,
steep.
but then the rest of it, I would go out in the back and then come back in real quick, and they're like seats, and they're very comfortable. So whenever I felt like I was getting a bit too tired from standing, I just went back, sat, then got back up and went. And it was really nice because there were just a few of us that would go in the back.
Right. Yeah,
So-
it turned out to be really the best place.
It
because
did.
There weren't the top deck was completely full, so most of those people had to stay in their seats the whole time.
They couldn't get up.
But yeah, on the bottom deck, there were only 15 people in the whole thing, and it must have seated 100, 150 people total.
And we were right next to the snack area with all this. I mean, we didn't get anything, but I would just say it was kind of nice if we wanted a beer or if we wanted a drink or, you know, any kind of drink, soda or whatever, or chips, or they even, I saw somebody was getting a Kit Kat that you could see it was a Kit Kat from
like a UK type.
Yeah, it was all red. It was neat to see that from, you know, I could see it from a distance because I knew what it was. But yeah, but we didn't get anything.
No, yeah. So we just sailed through the bay. They stopped a couple places to show us some islands with their own like bays, coves, where a lot of sailboats were docked. A lot of
It was nice
a couple
seeing
like
everything.
houseboats, kind of not exactly yachts, I don't think, but ships that you or boats you could live on for a while, vacation boats kind of thing.
Well, they were saying because of the day before we came in, it was their big
holiday celebrating the Waitangi Treaty. So it was, which I guess was 1840. So on February 6th. So we came in February 7th. So a lot of people were still there.
Did they have
that.
like 60,000 people or something? Is that
Something
what
like
they
that,
said?
yeah.
They said crazy amount of like number of people, and we're like compared to what they normally get, it was only like a couple thousand or
Right,
something.
right.
It was like amazing the difference. So it was like, oh, and then with another ship in port, I didn't know what the town was going to be like, but
Yeah, but it was fine.
Yeah, no, it was good.
So we sailed out. We saw another one of those electric surfboards.
Yeah. That was neat.
Yeah.
Up pretty close.
Yeah. And people were, parasailing in the harbor and we saw a jet ski. Someone might have been water skiing, but we saw a jet ski, little power boats and stuff. So people were having fun just on vacation.
And it was perfect weather.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
literally
gosh,
perfect. Like,
it was amazing.
It was funny. As we were coming in on the boat, the pilot said, "It's going to be a scorcher today," and like the high was 72 or 74 degrees. So, and then he did say, like, if you're from the States, maybe that's not quite a scorcher. Maybe that's more of a tepid day or something.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was literally perfect. There wasn't a lot of humidity. It was 74 and not too sunny, not too bright, not too cold.
It was like the ideal day, and I don't know. It was just really weird the whole time on the boat. Once we were on our tour, or whatever, I was just so happy. It was just so nice and relaxing, and it was just crazy to think that we were actually here and enjoying it, and with such great weather and so many picture opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's like we both decided, we're like, oh, we think we want to move to New Zealand. But we'll see what the rest of the New Zealand looks like.
Yeah, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
So we sailed out to the Hole in the Rock, which is a hole in an island that eroded through this island, similar to the
one in
arch
Cabo.
in Cabo San Lucas. But it looked like easier to actually sail a boat through. So they sailed the boat through.
Which they said that doesn't always happen.
Right.
But
the pilot
because
said sometimes it's stormy, and sometimes even the sea is high enough that the hole is like filled with water. So,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
but it was fine. It wasn't choppy at all. We went through, so we have video and photos of that.
Yeah.
There was a helicopter, and we saw later where you could get tours. A helicopter actually, I guess, landed on the island and let people off, so you can tour the island that way. I mean, it wasn't even really an island, just kind of a rock. So
yeah, but it was really neat too. And then when we were pulling in to get off of our excursion, we looked over and there was just I don't even know what it was. What the helicopter was sitting on.
It was like a houseboat, really.
It was bizarre. It was the
Houseboat
weirdest thing.
So I guess it was a tour company where you could rent a helicopter or get a helicopter ride, but they stored the helicopter, a small helicopter, on top of basically a houseboat. Oh, I didn't mention the lighthouse. There was a lighthouse next to the hole in the rock. She said that two lighthouses had been built. There was the old one and the newer one.
There was another one too that we saw.
Yeah.
That didn't have a house underneath it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that. I mean, I don't think it was the same one. Maybe it was, because maybe from the different angle.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I took pictures.
I don't know. Yeah. So we have pictures of the lighthouse. Then we sailed back in the boat, basically just back the way we came, and got off at a different wharf than we'd taken the tender to. So it was like a 5-minute bus ride between these two different wharfs, and the one that we ended up in was the Paihia wharf, which was in the town of Paihia, which is right there, which is the one that's has a population of about 2,000 people and has a little shopping district that we walked through. It was cute. Yeah, so we walked in town.
People were very friendly.
Oh, everyone was really nice. Yeah, we asked some questions and they directed us places.
Yeah.
It was nice, and we went to a gift shop and got a t-shirt, and then we decided to take the shuttle bus back to the other wharf at Waitangi to get the tender back to the ship.
And the nice thing about this particular port, again with people with mobility issues, there's lots of places. There were many benches.
Oh yeah, and you could sit down.
You could sit down quite a bit in a lot of spots. The nice thing too is they weren't always low to the ground. Some were like normal bench height. Some were just a little bit higher, which was fantastic. It was. I really enjoyed that part about it because it took some stress off. So if anybody else is seeing this, so they're going to go to that particular place.
Yeah.
Just give you a heads up on that.
And there was a sign too that pedestrians have to give way to motorists.
Oh, that's right.
So the cars have the right of way, I guess. I'm not sure if that's everywhere or just that intersection.
Oh, well.
We'll find out. We'll be careful with the cars.
Yeah.
We have to look to the left and the right anyway because we have to make sure they're coming from the right direction.
Right. Yep.
So we went on the bus over the little bridge back to the other wharf. We caught the tender, which now they're calling water shuttles all the time instead of tenders, but the water shuttle, this time it was a ship's lifeboat. So we came back to the Island Princess on the lifeboat.
But it was also nice too at that particular spot. They had, gosh, how many chairs do you think they had lined up?
Yeah, there were
in the
dozens
shade.
of chairs.
It was a massive. I didn't get any pictures or video.
No.
Massive line of chairs, and people were just sitting there enjoying the views, which was nice. And they also, which Princess normally does, had their little tent up, and they had the water, and they had the towels if you want it. Which again, it's really nice that they offer that,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, then we got back on the shuttle, went back to the ship.
Yeah, went to the lunch buffet. Then we did our laundry again, so that was our 4th time doing laundry.
Yeah.
That was ideal, of course, to do laundry because it was a port day, so everybody was in port, and we did it at like 1:30 in the afternoon when all the washers and dryers were pretty much open. So we'll try to do that again the next time.
And we also created, we did our other video that we posted.
Right.
Yeah.
We were doing that in the afternoon. Then we went up to the dinner buffet. We went down to Explorers Lounge for the movie quotes trivia.
Oh, we missed it by one.
Yeah, we missed that one by one.
Oh, man.
Several groups did get perfect
3.
scores in that.
But we even knew the bonus.
Oh yeah, the bonus would have been easier than some. And then we stayed for the game show, which was called The Sky's the Limit.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Which we've seen before, where the staff bids on how many of a certain category, like
what type of cheese, how many
types of cheese can you name?
And there's 3 contestants on the
who are passengers, so the staff bids on how many they think the passengers can name.
So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. One person walked away with it kind of because
it was 3 guys up there, which was kind of funny, but not very many people wanted to put their name in the bucket.
They needed 3 contestants. They were asking for contestants at the the beginning, and then we found out that in the drawing there were really only four slips of paper. So
if that's really what, maybe they were just joking about it, but
probably not.
No, probably not.
Yeah, but and one of the guys was just saying random things that weren't even in the category, so they were just having fun, I think.
I think so.
Having fun.
But it made it enjoyable, so it was entertaining.
Yeah, and that's the last thing we did. We did see from our cabin the Azamara ship following us out.
Oh, yes, we did. It was all lit up. It was nice.
Yeah, which was kind of all you could see.
Oh, that was the other thing, too, that when we were sitting in the Explorers Lounge, it was still pretty light out, because I guess it gets darker later or whatever. So we actually passed from a distance. You could see the hole in the rock. So people that did not do the excursion that we did, they could see it.
Yeah, we got pretty close to it on the way out.
Yeah, so it was like, wow, man, we could have seen. No, I'm just kidding. I really enjoyed that excursion.
No, it was good.
I highly recommend that excursion.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was easy
and very
fun.
nice. Yeah.
So I guess
Anything
that's
else?
it. No, it was really. We were really impressed. Our first stop in New Zealand was really nice, really beautiful.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
So do you want to do a shout out?
I guess we'll do a shout out. I'm gonna do it to the girls. I'm gonna say, hopefully I don't forget anybody. Anna, Fiona, Nikki, Jill, and of course can't forget Susan. So if you guys are watching, I'm not sure if you are or not, but if you are, hello.
Okay,
And I think that's it.
That's it. Thanks for watching.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.